Hi all. Right, back with more Red Storm. Dark Blue Defection. This is scenario 5, Dark Blue Defection. And this is my part 5, I think. Right, I have come back tonight, so a bit of a late night episode. So I had a couple of beers, so hopefully it goes smoothly enough and I don't need to might need to review this one back. If it goes on for that long, anyway. I don't think I'll be here that long, so we'll see. I don't know. I had my phone plugged in, charging, but it was on the computer, and I think sometimes you've got to. I don't know. I don't think it's been charging because it's still not. So I've got it plugged in just now as I'm recording, so it's a bit more awkward because of the cable, obviously. Right. So yeah, well, we've only got a couple more flights to activate, haven't we? We've got our bombers, and Warsaw Pact-wise. Oh no, yeah, we're doing this. All right, okay, that's great, good. I thought, yeah, it might be a bit dull because all I'm doing is moving a couple of things about. Yeah, I forgot. We're in the midst of. Oh yeah, he's going to do something. Okay. Right, so we know it's the MiG-25 PD, and this was, we had, Warsaw Bat had 2 initiative jets, they moved, it was, what was it, Hearts came up, wasn't it? I know this isn't a heart, but it was a heart. Wasn't it? Yeah, anyway, this is the second flight that we moved, and out the 2 initiatives, and yeah, did we roll? No, we didn't even roll. Okay. Sorry, I know I left it at a poor part, didn't I? We decided to check if the flight was real or not, and we found that it was real, rather than rolling on the engagement actions first, which are, it kind of words it that way, but I don't think it makes any difference. But the fact we've got the MiG-25 and oops, sorry. We can see that it does have BVR weapons. Good range, 8 from the front, 4 from the beam, 2 from the rear. So it can do either or. Well, but if you look even range wise, you can see he's at medium altitude. He could dash at 6 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he can actually enter dodges, hex, and engage in standard area. But we still need to decide. We need to roll the dice here. So on a 1 to 6, it's going to attempt BVR. Okay, right, here we go. Okay, it's a 5, so it's going to be BVR again. We seem to get this. Seem to roll BVR most of the time for them, eh? However, okay. I'm just looking. There's not going to be rules of engagement because the nearest flight's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hexes away. So that should be okay. And he's going to be able to engage from the front. Yeah, it's not going to be a problem at all here. In fact, he's going to be able to turn and make an engagement attempt. Of course. Yeah, I always forget about this one. The fact that ideally, I don't know, if it was me playing the game, obviously, I'd be like, moving to this hex, free turn. That's how I'd see it. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away. We've got a range of 8. Attempting BVR engagement. And then if it failed, I would carry on our hex to try it again. But the bot doesn't want to do that. It just gives it one shot and then does some kind of random thing. Yeah, that's one of the bits. It keeps the boat simple. Okay, we've been here before. We've talked about it before, and just yeah, I would have liked to have seen more in that. That's all. That's all. But maybe someday somebody will make a wee variation on it and making it do different things and try these things more than once, maybe. But because I'm not sure I see the point if it's going to be VR and it's got the chance to try again. Don't get me wrong, I think every time we've attempted BVR combat, the engagement has succeeded. I'm not quite sure we've ever failed at the engagement, so it could be that, there's that. Right. So, attempt BVR. These are all good. Determine target. Select nearest detected human player flight. And remember, if it was disordered, we would consider that. But so move as follows: dash throttle unless already set at combat. Right, so this is insisting this time that it sets dash throttle. So that there's a difference here. There's a difference between that and then, if you recall the last time, I kind of override the what is it? This bit, combat or dash throttle, whichever is needed to engage, which neither of them would. So it kind of leaves you there with sort of like, well, what do I do here? But this one does say dash throttle unless it's set at combat. Move to target flight altitude band if able and into max range. Longest range BVR, move an enemy forward arc if possible. Yeah, all this is easy. So, yeah, both at the same range. It's nice and simple for them this time. So, yeah, we're going to do this. Right, so here we are here, MiG-25, clean profile at medium altitude. It's got a normal speed of 5, but it does want to dash. So we will set dash throttle and move to enter enemy, I'm reading the wrong bit. Dash throttle, move to target flight altitude band if able, was already at altitude band, and into max range, longest range BVR weapon, move an enemy forward arc if possible, then beam, then rear, attempt BVR engagement. If successful, resolve attack, and then after attack, or if it doesn't succeed, we do some kind of movement things. Right, yeah, well, I need to spend the movement point to trigger it, don't I? But he's setting dash throttle, so he's got a speed of 6. Okay. And I'll just zoom in there. We've now seen what the card does. I think just keep it simple and right. Hang on, that's Mechlin. You know what I'm going to start doing because things are getting messy. Mechlin is the MiG-23, isn't it? And there's only one. There's only one MiG-23M. There's only one MiG-25 PD. The other, the MiG-21s, there's 3 of them, so I can't use their card for stuff. But I can put a max turn on the MiG-23, medium altitude marker, and a BVR avoid marker. Just to clear away some of the clutter there. Well, in actual fact, I can keep that going a little bit and put the dash marker on the MiG-25. No, let's not mess with that just yet because we've not moved it, right? So he's got 6 movement. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do anything fancy. It's going to be 1. I need to spend the movement point. Yeah, we could just make a turn. But I think probably wants to move closer. Eh? So again, there's nothing to say. Well, in actual fact, that's not true. It does say into max range, longest range BVR weapon. So I suppose if you were to take that literally, my range is 8, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whereas if I was to move into there, I'd be 5 away. So, I kind of feel like I want to move in there for 1, do a free turn, and then engage. But it's wanting me to stay at maximum range. So in actual fact, then we don't have any issues with making a turn to start with. So I'll make a 30-degree turn, and for 1 movement point, and that keeps us 1 hex further away, which kind of looks like the way it's wanting to be. It's wanting to be at max range, longest range BVR weapon. So, okay, so I'll spend 1 movement point turning 30 degrees, and then we'll declare our engagement on dodge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, always good. So we've got 5 movement points left. Right, let's look at the BVR situation then and see if we've made some blunders and we can't do it for some reason. It's a bit annoying. See the bottom of the map here? I've had to... when I had the space at the top, I've got the map right at the top and it's against the wall. Now, I could bend it under the... I'll kind of show you. I could bend it under the table a little bit, but I feel like that's going to squish the map there. But the reason I'm saying this, because see the space I've got down the bottom here now, it was nice. It could take a full player aid, and now it's just on the edge, and it's just annoying. Anyway, okay, right, player aid 1 we want, so hang on. Okay, so BVR engagement, but again, let's just be careful because we've made blunders before. Defender is detected. Yes, it is. Defender in range of attacker undepleted BVR weapon. Yes. Infrared BVR weapon must... no, it's not. It's a radar Homan. Right, the rules of engagement must allow engagement. Well, there's nothing within 3 hexes. There's not a friendly flight within 3 hexes. So that's not a problem. Look down. Well, what do they have actually? They do have limited look down, but we're both at medium altitude, so not an issue there. Attackers, defender, and forward arc. Not a defensive wheel. Yeah, everything's good. Okay, so it can do this. Yeah, I was watching back on we've only had one other engagement in this scenario yet, and it was BVR, and I thought, oh, it's nighttime, but we got lucky there, but we've got I'd like to think I would have spotted it, but remember, we're not at the day, we're at the night, so when we go into air, there's a big difference there, in particular that one. However, BVR doesn't matter if it's night or day, it's still the same number, so it's still 9. So, modifiers. Aggression, just the 2, there's no difference in altitude. Aggression value for the MiG-25 is a +2, so he's getting a +2 on this roll, and he needs a 9. And remember, this is just him that rolls for this. So that 10 +2 is 12. So yeah, good. So it's going to happen. So we will go maneuver, shot resolution, depletion, etc. Right, hang on. Right, so maneuver. He's got 4 aircraft. Right, hang on though. Hang on. Soviet doctrine. Warsaw Pact. Right, this is going to apply this time, I think, which is kind of good. Warsaw Pact flights with 1 or 2 aircraft use a 1 column in attacking and air-to-air combat, including BVR. Warsaw Pact flights with 3 or 4 aircraft, which he does. He has 4 aircraft, use a 2 column. This restriction does not apply to Warsaw Pact flights on the defence, where they're not, or MiG-29s, Su-27 flights. Well, we've got none of them, so anytime they're attacking, Soviet doctrine is going to apply. So that's good for us. So that means rather him looking at the 4 column, he's on the 2 column. And we're looking at the BVR numbers. Right, modifiers. Doesn't apply, doesn't apply, doesn't apply, doesn't apply, doesn't apply, doesn't apply. This applies and this applies. Because he is attacking from our forward arc. So he's got a +2 there, and his aggressive value is a +2 as well. So he's getting a +4. Yes, indeed. Okay, +4 on the 2 column. And the BVR dice roll. So we're hoping for something low, but with a +4 as well. 9 +4 is 13. That's probably good enough. 9 and 4, 13. It's going to do something, I think. Look, just go into the 2, didn't it? 13, 12, we did just give him 1 shot, so he's got 2 shot opportunities. Nothing involving the night. I don't think BVR comes in at night, because these are like radar homing missiles. They're just kind of, because you can see they are standard air-to-air combat at night, -3, but there's nothing for the BVR side of things up to now. Don't think I'm missing anything. Oh, he's hoping not. Right, okay, so short resolution. So he's getting 2 shots, and they take all the shots they can get, so they're going to take both of them. Look at that. Ooh. Well, that's nice to see. His radar home missiles, they give a +0 in BVR, but their depletion numbers are 6. So here's hoping this is only BVR from the MiG-25, I think. Wow, okay. Right, so we're gonna roll what? Yeah. Well, I've just said this. This one doesn't apply to BVR. Combat value of selected weapon at BVR is a +0. So no modifiers. And 2 shots, and you can see he's wanting above a 13. So here's the first shot. 14. That was rough. Okay, so one aircraft damage for his first shot. Not good. And he's going to take the second shot. 10. Okay, that's better. Wow. Just 1 off of getting away with that for... Anyway, okay, so 1 aircraft damage. Well, it could have been worse. Okay, right, see, we need to flip over now, but we need to check for depletion as well. Okay, so depletion first, then damage allocation. So like I say, I'll just show you this, just to confirm. Markov at the top. These radar home missiles are 40s, although they've got a nice range of 8, 4 and 2. They get a +0, but their depletion levels are 6. So, and he took 1 extra shot as well. He took 2 shots, so it gives them a -1 to this 1 die roll. And, well, a 6 or less, there's this result, and the weapons are depleted. So here we go. 1. Ooh, it doesn't matter to BVR. So it's depleted. Well, that's good. I mean, I suppose we could have randomly rolled something horrible there, like a 10 or something, and a 10, a 9, or an 8 would have done it. So radar home missiles are done, depleted. So you cannot BVR anymore. That's good. These infrared missiles are infrared missiles are a bit better. They get a +2 and a 3 depletion number. He's no guns though. Okay. Right, let's see. We've got 1 damage to deal out, so well, 1 die roll to see what aircraft it is that gets hit. Well, this damage. 2. Sorry, on the we've got 4 aircraft, haven't we? Yeah, we've all got 4 aircraft. So, well, apart from the helicopters. So on the 4 column was a 2 with nothing crippled. So it's aircraft number 1 that's going to get damaged. Who was that again? Who we find at? Dodge. So damage is the purple pen, isn't it? So Dodge, aircraft number 1 is going to get damaged. There we go. So remember, he won't be able to count when we attack. What are the downsides? Well, no, it's okay. Apart from that, he won't count for attack. Now, if we attack, we're only attacking with 3 aircraft instead of 4. Yeah, I think that's about it. But, well, on saying that, it's not just that. That's 1 victory point, at least, that we're losing. So, there's that. Okay, yeah, we're not finished yet though, are we? That was damage allocation. So now we've got morale, haven't we? So we've got morale, then markers, then bailout. Well, there'll be no bailout, but morale, again, this is just for us. So, yeah, this is the more important one to get through, really. So on the BVR, which isn't quite so bad, our aggression value is +2. I think we're all our aircraft at +2, aren't they? Well, apart from the helicopters. So yeah, so we got +2. Doesn't apply. This does apply 1 - 1 because we had 1 aircraft damage. So we got a +1. Doesn't apply. So we got a +1 on this. And this time we're wanting a high roll with a +1. 11, yeah, on the BVR it should be right. So 12, hopefully. Ooh, no, it's not. Still not good, is it? This is brutal. Well, it's not disordered. Yeah, because that's what we don't want, do we? We don't want disordered. So it was 11. Or did I roll 11 and got a +1? Well, it doesn't matter. It was 12, yeah, okay. So it's a -1 to aggression. So again, I'll mark that down. So his aggression goes down to... Who's that? Dodge, eh? So his aggression's down, where are we? You can see +1 instead of +2. We do a jettison check. We've not got any ordnance anyway. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, that's the result you don't want is a 7. Eh? 7 or less, you don't want that on that. And then when it comes to your air, it goes to a 9. You don't want. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 7 or... Yeah, that's right. 5 to 7, 9 to 14. Okay, so... Yeah, just jettison check. Not disordered, that's good. And then markers and bailout. Well, there's no bailout. Markers-wise, we are going to get... a BVR avoid marker. There's one there. This is for dodge. He's got a BVR avoid. And, right, well, he's not finished then. That's everything finished with the combat. However, he can carry on. He's got 5 movement points left. So, what am I looking for? Blade 5 again. Right, hang on. Sorry, it's all a bit clunky. Late night episodes, you know. That's what happens. So if successful, resolve attack. We've done that. After attack, or if BVR engagement attempt unsuccessful. Well, it was successful. So after attack, then move 1 hex ahead and turn 90 degrees to a 1d10 roll left, or if it was odd, or right if it was even. If movement point still remain in, move straight ahead. Okay. So Markov, right, I'm just going to roll this. I've moved things now. So he's going to move, hang on. Move 1 hex ahead and turn 90 degrees to this die roll. Odd or even, right. I'm going to roll and it's even, right. So even is to the right. So 1 hex ahead. Right, this is still costing them movement points then. And then a 90 degree turn. Hang on then. We can't do 90 degree turns. Okay, so yeah, he must need to spend movement points. He doesn't get to do this for free. Not that I'm aware of. So that costs a movement point for him to move straight ahead. He wants to do a 90 degree turn to the right. However, we are... Yeah, I mean, it's night. It's at night. So to be honest, no, hang on though. He started with a speed of 6. Yeah, so his free turn would only be 30 degrees. So he's not going to do the free turn. He's going to do the full 60 degree turn to the right. I can only assume that I can do as much as possible. So that's 30, 60. Right, and that would cost another point. That's 3. And then, if movement points still remain in, move straight ahead. Okay, so he's going to move 3 ahead. 1, 2, 3. So, a bit random and all that, but... oops. Doing the wrong thing there. Yeah. I suppose what could you decide the bot would do there? You know, although I've said there's certain things that could be tightened up in this bot and, you know, how it moves. There's certain things that look a wee bit obvious, so, you know, you could... But what could you decide to do here? I don't know. I think the multiple attempts at BVR, to be honest, might be something that could at least be considered. You know, if you don't engage the first time, roll a die, and maybe odd or even, you try again, you know, something like that. Because, I don't know, I mean, I'm not experienced at this game, admittedly, but I suppose you get introduced to BVR combat right away, and you've got an F-15, and it all engages, and it's all sweet, eh? So maybe because you're introduced that way, you think, yeah, just get in with the BVR and get it done. Anyway, yeah, you don't want any morale checks, that's the problem. And the fact that when you BVR, it's only the defender that does the morale check. Anyway. Right, I think that's him done. So he got a little bit of a result. It wasn't too brutal, but it still was something. But, well, the good thing about it for us is he's not going to BVR again. And in fact, it's only Mechlin flight, the MiG-23M, that's got BVR capabilities. They're not quite as good, and they've got a depletion level of 6 as well. So you can see they're going to... Yeah, in fact, all their weapons are high depletion level, really. Maybe apart from Markov when it gets into air-to-air, but he's no guns to back it up as well, so he's actually not going to get that +1 that you get for the extra weapon, because he's not got guns, and he's depleted his BVR. Anyway, right. So... Right, he drew a... No, Grant, no. No, that's where we had paused things, that's right. So that is his turnover, isn't it? It is. Right. For bailout, BVR avoid. Yeah, no, I think I'm good. Right, so it's back to NATO. Well, I've got into 31 minutes here, so I'd like to create another part then. I didn't think I would get this far, but once you get into it, it's... Well, that was a good place to come in. I forgot all about that we had paused at that, but... Right, so chit draw for NATO. We've got a 3 in the front. We've got a 1. I think he's only got 1. Yeah, it's just these bombers. Okay, so... Yeah, but that's why I was coming up the stairs thinking, oh, we're going to get the bombers in, but we're not, are we? So I think maybe I had been in the back of my mind thinking about something was going to happen, and it was actually the Warsaw Pact part that was going to happen. Because the bombers are still out of range, aren't they? And remember, John's reminded that, well, I'm not at high altitude anyway, but we can't go at speed 5 anyway. So this is... Cable starting to... Yeah, it's moving about. Right, yeah, sorry, I think the camera's moving a bit because of the cable. Because I've got it plugged in still. You know what, I could probably pull that out now though, because I've got enough charge, I think. Right, where are we? We're up further, Slam. Up top there. And he's at medium. He's got a speed of... No, he's not. He's laden. He's got a speed of 3. We could dash him at 4. And we can dash him at 4, but that's as far as we can go. 1, 2, 3... Alright, he can. 1, 2... No, he can't. Hey. Yeah, this is he's got to set himself up now for what he's going to do next turn. So, I think my choices are either coming down, taking this out, which kind of annoys me a bit because we don't need to take this one out, and then come in here, taking this one out, and the SAM, or either or, and then this one out, and then leave the A2. And that the reason we're doing it that way is we don't need to interfere. We don't need to come into these two hexes. Whereas if we come the other way, if I come straight down, which I was initially going to do, and we take that one out, then we take that one out, but we're getting into that one's hex by going in. Well, mind you, if you take the SA-13, you've got to go into that hex, haven't you? Yeah, that's what we said already, Grant. There's nothing I can launch from afar. So it's all bombs. We've got to go into the hex. Well, we can still go into the hex and not... Yeah, I still think it's better coming on this way, yeah. We come in here, we go for this, we go for this, we go for that, and we go for that. We ignore this. We're going to take flack from it, and we're going to take a shot from it. But right, and we want to be at low because we don't want the extra deck behind enemy lines barrage thing. What was it? Small arms. I think that's how I'm thinking about it anyway. So if I move 1, 2, if I just move 3 just now, 1, 2, 3. No, hang on. Yeah, because in fact, yeah, that's what John says. You do need to carefully plot this out, don't you? Hang on. Yeah, it's not so simple, is it? Because you've got to set your IP 1 hex from the target. So I can't actually do this. I mean, right, I could move 1, 2, 3 into here, and then next turn, I set my speed at 2 or 3, whatever, and then I move in there, set my IP. I'm going to have to, at some point, drop to low altitude as well, which is going to give me grief. But anyway, and then I set my IP, and then I do my bombing in there. But then, next again turn, maybe I'd try and just hopefully get away with the SA13 then. Well, in some ways, yeah. Because in actual fact, I'm going to be at long range there. And you know what? I actually wanted to fire at me, or do I? Well, I probably do want it to fire at me there because I'm going to move in there. So I kind of think 1, 2, 3, I move in there. I then move 2, I set my speed at 2 next turn. IP, bomb. And then next turn, I go IP, bomb. And then next turn, I might need to turn and IP bomb. So we're ignoring the SA13, we're ignoring this R2K22, we're ignoring this 2K22. Whether ignoring the SA13, yeah, we don't want the helicopter coming in and taking that though. Well, maybe... Because if I go in and bomb there, it means that I'm going to get grief from this 2K22 as well. Yeah, because I don't want to come down here through this as well. And, oh, mind you, this is going to fire at us too, isn't it? That's going to... Well, you can't avoid it. You can't avoid it, Grant. I think go there, ignore this one, or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. So if I move... Right, I'm going to move 3, I think. So set my speed at 3, I'm at medium altitude. So 1, 2, 3. Now, I don't want to drop my altitude yet. Because I can drop it into that hex. So next turn I'm moving there, drop to low, declare my IP, and then bomb. And I think I'm just setting my speed at 2. Thing is about you can't turn. I can't turn after the bomb run as well, can I? That was confirmed as well, wasn't it? John showed me that. Once the attack's been executed, the flight finishes its remaining movement. Free turns are not permitted directly after an attack. Yeah, free turns are not, but paid turns are, but paid turns at low and at low altitude in this situation are kind of horrible, because we've got inherent AA, we've got this concentration around the airfield. I don't know. I'll have to think about it and work it out. We'll go with that for now. I think I'm okay staying at medium, because next turn drop, move in there and drop to low, and then that's when things kick off. Because this 2K22 is going to fire at me, the inherent is going to fire at me. That'll be all. Oh no, the Sam's going to fire at me, maybe. Yeah, but there's no way about it. You've got to go in there and get it done. That's it. Right, so that's all my flights moved. That's all his flights moved. No, it's not. I tell a lie. He's got one flight left. Ooh. I don't think he's got anybody within 7 though with this one. So he's got H flight left here. Actually. Oh, it's just one short. That's right, that's theirs. Yeah, that's theirs, and that's theirs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, he's one short. So he's just going to move as a MiG-21, speed of 4, 1, heading towards waypoint 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and staying at medium. Hang on, would he turn there then? Well, he was on. He's kind of looking on the other side of it. That's why I was kind of like, no, I think I'll just leave him like that, because he's going round the side of it, and the ones that were on this side are going round the side of it. But it probably doesn't make that much difference. Oh yeah, the wee comment there from I think it was from Hal actually. I had a couple of comments from him. I think just wrapping up watching scenario 4, but he was making a suggestion of, could I not just, like, I've reached waypoint 2 there, and I was using throughout the game, I've been using the random. It's an optional rule, Hal, so I just figured maybe not use it this turn, but I get what you're saying. I could have done, I think I suggested something like that at first. And we're talking about, obviously we don't want to go to deck level because of the night rules and the collision chance, and why would the bot want to do that? And one of the altitude change rules is spend a movement point to dive to deck. So if you rolled that, it'd be kind of silly for it to do that. And he says, well, you could always ignore if you rolled that, and also ignore if you were descending one altitude band as a free move if it was dropping you a deck. And I think he commented something about, clearly your pilots would have, they would be sensible enough not to do that. I dare say I could have done that. That would have mixed it up a little bit. It's just because I quite liked when they were changing their altitude, but you know what? It looks like that they're getting in the fight here anyway. It's maybe not too big a deal. I'll leave it for now anyway, since I've started doing it that way. But that probably was quite a good idea. I could have just ignored certain parts. I think I maybe suggested that at first, but okay, so H flight, that's that moved, and that's everybody moved then, right? Well, let's wrap up the turn then, and I can get away with another part tonight, as long as it doesn't seems a bit, it feels a bit clunky, but that's just because I've had a couple of drinks and not sure if I'm coming across all right. Right, so took the finished cubes off them. We need play card 4. Where are you at? Yeah, this was turn 2 as well, wasn't it? Right, so that's the movement phase finished. Fuel phase, yeah. So anybody that's dashed. And I didn't miss anybody there. Mechlin, no, we did decide, this was the one we decided not to. And again, but Markov we did. So, well, let's get our black pen at the ready. So Markov is spending a fuel point. For the price of a dash marker. Dodge. Well, actually, all our F4s, isn't it? Chevy, Vegas, and Dodge all spent a fuel point. Chevy, Vegas, and Dodge. Well, that was it, wasn't it? Okay, that's them away. Yeah, that's everybody. And recovery aircraft that left them out. None of that. SAM location phase, no need for that. We've got one SAM is already located. Track phase, however, we can do. Now remember, the helicopters don't have anything to do with this track phase. Nobody's at deck. Nobody's likely to be at deck. I think everybody's going to. I suppose even going to low, the worry is you fight at low and scatter, but I don't think our fighters are going to be at low either, are they? Yeah, I think the only flights are going to be at lows are bomber, and obviously the helicopter's going to be at deck, but that doesn't come into the track phase anyway. Right, so on the C column for our guys, see if any of them become undetected. We're going to roll 2 dice. On the C column, I've rolled 11. It's the curly brackets, so it's diamonds. Yeah, so I'd need to be at low on my side of the front, you know. Nobody's at low, right? It's not happening. And then for them on the D column, slightly a better chance for them. Oh, they've rolled an 8, so that's possible. Oh no, that's still curly brackets. Diamond, again, they'd have to be at low altitude. No, right, so none of that happening. SAM acquisition, don't need that. Admin phase, roll for discovery, split flights, roll shotguns, switch radar A. Remove SAM launch markers, soon coin markers. No, I don't think there's anything. Don't think. We've got BVR avoid markers, they stay. We've got max turn markers, they stay. We've took our dash markers off. Yeah, I think that's everything. Okay. Oh, well, that went quite well then. Well, hopefully. See, it may have been a bit blurry. But on to turn 3. So what's happened? Well, their MiG-25's burnt out his BVR weapons. So that's good. And we're seeing a good sign of them burning out the weapons pretty good because of the numbers they've got. We do have a damaged aircraft on Dodge flight. We're still not sure how our bombing flight's going to go about his business. And obviously Dodge, he burnt out his radar home, so that was a bit of a bummer. Because they've got a depletion level at 3, you know, so that was a bit... Didn't really like that one. Yeah, we got a damage result on the MiG-23 though as well, so... Okay, and we've found 1, 2, 3 of the flights. There's only 2 left. So... Yeah, I think the fact that we've got 2 fighters down here would be a good idea to try and find out H flight, because like I've noticed that the chances of this being a real flight are higher. You know, if you go for it, they're higher. Then again, do I want 4 flights down there? Well, I kind of do. Well, I wouldn't be. Yeah, I've got 3 down here. There's 5 in total. So if this wasn't one, then there's going to be 2 up there, and we've got Chevy going up that way. But yeah, in some ways, the fact that Markov's burnt his BVR weapons, and maybe then again he's now pointing up that way. So yeah, well, I think maybe Dodge. The problem is, I can't BVR, can I? So it's going to have to come from Vegas to try and BVR that. Yeah, well, okay, right. Well, we'll think about that tomorrow, Grant. Right, I'll leave that for now. That's us moving on to turn 3. This is a 12 turner, isn't it? Yeah, it was. So we're getting into it now anyway. It's getting started, and we're going to bomb something next turn, hopefully. And see how that goes. Okay, I'll leave it for now. I'll be back tomorrow. Right, cheers.